Ever wondered if Spider-Man's web swinging could happen in real life? Let's dive into the science behind this superhero feat. To swing between skyscrapers, Spider-Man's web must be incredibly strong, stretchy, and lightweight, an almost impossible combination. Finding a material with all these properties is a huge challenge for scientists. Nature, however, often has the best solutions. Spiders have already mastered making silk that's both strong and flexible. Their silk is one of the most remarkable materials in the natural world. So, could spider silk hold the secret to swinging like Spider-Man? Let's explore the science behind this super material. Swinging from a web isn't like a playground swing. It's a physics challenge. When Spider-Man leaps, gravity pulls him down, and his web must absorb the shock and redirect his motion. The forces involved are massive. The web must withstand several times his body weight at the bottom of each swing. Strength is crucial, but so is elasticity. If the web were rigid, the sudden stop would be dangerous. A stretchy web acts like a bungee cord, absorbing energy and making the swing safe. The ideal web needs both high tensile strength and elasticity. Most materials are either strong or stretchy, not both. That's the real challenge for any would-be superhero. Real spider silk is a marvel of nature, a material that has fascinated scientists and engineers for decades. Its beauty and complexity are matched only by its incredible properties, making it one of the most remarkable substances found in the natural world. Spiders spin silk from specialized proteins, creating threads that are both astonishingly strong and remarkably flexible. Each strand is thinner than a human hair, yet it can absorb a tremendous amount of energy before breaking. Dragline silk, which spiders use for the main web frames and for hanging, is the strongest type they produce. It acts as both a lifeline and a structural support, holding the web together even in strong winds. Its unique protein structure gives it a rare combination of strength and stretch, allowing it to bend and flex without snapping. This molecular arrangement is something scientists are still working to fully understand. Even more impressive, spiders produce this super material at room temperature, using only water and simple nutrients, a process far cleaner and more sustainable than any human manufacturing method for synthetic fibers. Inspired by spider silk's extraordinary properties, scientists around the world are racing to replicate it. They hope to use it for everything from lightweight, ultra-strong body armor to delicate medical sutures and implants. Imagine ropes that are stronger than steel yet light as a feather, car parts that can withstand extreme forces, or even artificial tendons and ligaments that could help heal the human body, all made from this incredible material. But just how strong is spider silk, really? Its reputation suggests it could outperform many of our toughest man-made materials. Let's put it to the test and see how it stacks up against steel, Kevlar, and other high-performance fibers in a head-to-head comparison. The results might surprise you, revealing just how much we still have to learn from nature's own engineering marvels. Pound for pound, spider silk is stronger than steel. This might sound unbelievable, but it's true. Scientists have measured the strength of spider silk and found it outperforms some of the toughest man-made materials. For centuries, people have marveled at the delicate beauty of spider webs, but few realize just how powerful these tiny threads really are. The dragline silk from some spiders is over 5 times stronger than steel of the same weight. Imagine a thread so thin it's nearly invisible, yet it can support more weight than a steel wire of the same size. This remarkable property has inspired engineers and scientists to study spider silk for use in everything from medical sutures to bulletproof vests. Its high tensile strength means it can handle huge pulling forces without breaking. In laboratory tests, spider silk fibers withstand incredible amounts of stress, stretching far beyond what most natural or synthetic fibers can endure. But spider silk isn't just strong, it's also tough. Toughness is a measure of how much energy a material can absorb before it breaks, and spider silk excels here too. It can stretch up to 40% of its length before snapping, far more than steel. This means it's not only strong, but also incredibly flexible, able to bend and stretch without losing its integrity. This combination of strength and elasticity lets it absorb massive energy, perfect for stopping a fall. That's why a spider web can catch a flying insect without breaking, even when the impact is sudden and forceful. Steel cables might be strong, but they lack the give needed to cushion a swing. If you tried to use steel in the same way as spider silk, it would snap or fail to absorb the shock. Spider silk's toughness means it can handle sudden shocks without breaking. This makes it a fascinating material for scientists looking to design safer, more resilient products. It's a material that seems straight out of a comic book, but it's real. The more we learn about spider silk, the more we realize how much nature can teach us about advanced materials. Nature's engineering is truly impressive. Scientists are now working to replicate spider silk in the lab, hoping to unlock its secrets for use in everything from construction to medicine. But could it really hold a human? That's the ultimate test, and one that could change the way we think about materials forever. Spider silk is famously strong for its size. Ounce for ounce, it can rival steel in tensile strength, but a single strand, as delicate as it is far too thin and fragile to support the weight of a person. Even though it's incredibly tough, you'd snap right through it if you tried to hang from just one thread. To actually support the weight of someone like Spider-Man, you'd need to bundle together thousands, or even millions, of individual silk threads. Imagine weaving them into a cable, much like how engineers create strong ropes or wires by combining many tiny fibers. Think of a suspension bridge cable. It's not one giant wire, but a collection of countless thin wires twisted together to form a single, super strong rope. This same principle would apply to spider silk. If you could somehow create a spider silk rope as thick as a pencil, the science suggests it could, in theory, support the weight of a swinging human. Just like a playground swing, but made from nature's own high-tech material. The challenge, though, is making a rope that thick out of spider silk. Scientists have tested synthetic versions in the lab, and the results are promising. Spider silk really is that strong. But here's the catch. Spiders naturally produce only tiny amounts of silk at a time. It takes a lot of spiders, and a lot of patience, to collect enough for even a small rope. Scaling up production to superhero proportions is a massive challenge. Gathering enough silk to make a rope thick and long enough for swinging between skyscrapers is a whole different story. Scientists are experimenting with new ways to produce spider silk in larger quantities, like using genetically modified bacteria or even goats to spin silk proteins. The hope is to one day manufacture enough for real-world applications, but even if we can make enough, another question remains. Does the silk's legendary strength hold up when you scale it to the size needed for a human to swing from? That's a web of questions for science to untangle next time. Because when it comes to swinging like Spider-Man, the answers are as complex as the webs themselves.
Have you ever looked closely at a spider's web? It seems fragile, but spider silk is actually stronger than steel for its weight. This tiny thread, thinner than a human hair, is a marvel of natural engineering. Its secret? A unique protein structure. Some parts are tough and crystalline, others stretchy like rubber. This blend lets the silk absorb energy and stay strong, perfect for catching fast-moving prey. Imagine the possibilities: lighter bulletproof vests, dissolvable stitches, safer airbags, even stronger bridges. But why not just farm spiders? They're territorial and cannibalistic, making large-scale farming impossible. Plus, each spider produces only a tiny amount of silk. So, scientists had to find a new way, learning to make spider silk from scratch. The quest to replicate this natural wonder has inspired breakthroughs in material science. It's a reminder of how much we can learn from nature's designs. The humble spider's web could change the world. But first, we had to figure out how to make it ourselves. Since farming spiders doesn't work, scientists turned to biotechnology. They took the spider's silk-making DNA and gave it to bacteria like E. coli, turning them into tiny silk factories. The bacteria grow in vats, producing silk proteins that can be harvested and spun into fibers. But bacteria aren't the only helpers. Scientists engineered goats to produce silk proteins in their milk. These spider goats live normal lives, but their milk contains the valuable silk protein. Extracting and purifying the protein from milk or bacteria gives us the raw material. The final challenge is spinning this protein goo into strong, flexible fibers, just like a spider does. Both methods, bacteria and goats, have proven we can make synthetic spider silk. It's a huge leap. We've borrowed nature's blueprint and started building with it. Now the focus is on perfecting the process and making it practical for real-world use. The next step? Scaling up production. That's where things get tricky. Let's see why. Making a little synthetic silk in the lab is one thing. Producing tons of it is another. The main challenge is scale and quality. Every thread must be as strong and stretchy as the real thing. Spiders spin silk with incredible precision, aligning protein molecules perfectly. Our machines can't quite match that, so synthetic silk is often weaker. Cost is another hurdle. Growing bacteria or goats, purifying proteins, and spinning fibers is expensive. Scientists are working to make the process more efficient and affordable. It's like baking 1,000 perfect cakes instead of just one. The recipe is there, but scaling up without losing quality is tough. That's the puzzle scientists are racing to solve. Swinging through a city on spider silk like Spider-Man looks effortless in movies, but reality is much harsher. The forces on a swinging human are massive. The sudden stop could cause serious injury. Spider silk must be strong and elastic, stretching like a bungee cord to absorb energy. Our synthetic silks are strong, but not quite elastic enough for superhero stunts. Even with perfect silk, a human would need a special harness to distribute forces safely. You'd also need a launcher to attach the web instantly and precisely. The web itself would need just the right amount of stretch to avoid a dangerous jolt. In short, swinging like Spider-Man is a massive engineering challenge. It's not just about the silk, it's about the whole system. For now, it's fantasy, but the science behind it is pushing real-world innovation. And that's pretty amazing. Swinging through the city may be fiction, but the quest for synthetic spider silk is real, and it's changing the world. The future may lie in nanotechnology, building fibers molecule by molecule for ultimate strength and flexibility. Imagine self-repairing materials, or fibers with built-in electronics. Each breakthrough in spider silk research leads to better medical sutures, lighter armor, and stronger textiles. We're learning from nature's genius to build a safer, smarter future. Spider-Man's web isn't real, yet. But the line between science fiction and science fact is getting thinner every day. The journey isn't over. Every discovery brings us closer. The future is being woven now, one synthetic strand at a time. Science is making it possible, and that's truly cool.